Hey guys, how's it going? Just doing a quick video on how I clean and lube my chain. But I also wanted to make a little bit of a clarification on that last video I did about the tools that I take on motorcycle trips. I mentioned about the WD-40 and being able to use that if you don't have anything else to put or to lube your chain, same as using engine oil. It's the whole thing of some type of lubricant is better than no lubricant at all. Someone made a comment, and it's something that you always see pop up here and there and everywhere, and they mentioned that WD-40 is a degreaser and it shouldn't go on your chain. Now, I'm not the brightest spark, so I did a lot of I jumped on the net and I started looking around. I went on their website and bloody sussed it all out, because I always thought WD-40 is an oil as such. It's protection, it's bloody a lubricant, actually I should say it on here. Stops squeaks, drives out moisture, loosens rusted parts, frees sticky mechanicals, whatever. But basically it is a lubricant. So I don't think, if you're in a bind or whatever, chucking that on your chain is not going to be a bad thing. I wouldn't use this all the time. That's not what you wouldn't go, I'm just going to use WD-40 on my motorcycle chain. That's not what it's designed for. So I just thought I'd clarify that. You can use that. What I've actually done, because I'm a freak, I've done a little experiment over here. I'm going to bring you over there and I'll just show you what I've done. Okay guys, so what I've done, I've got this pipe. I've sprayed all these products on the pipe, exactly where they're sitting. It's been sitting here for an hour and a half. So I'll start with the degreaser. You can see the degreaser, it's just gone. Contact cleaner, gone. The chain, the cleanup chain stuff, it seems to be it's a thicker type of stuff, but it was thicker, so that's actually slowly evaporating away, and then just leaving nothing. Sorry. But the WD-40 and the MPPL, you can see that there's still a residue there, and that hasn't changed. It hasn't shrunk or anything. It's just exactly the same as when I first sprayed it on there, and I can feel that's an oily lubricant on there. Same as the MPPL. So that logic says to me that WD-40 is an oil, it's not a degreaser. So it is going to provide some type of lubricant for your chain. It's obviously not the ideal thing to use on it, but like I said, you can get away with it. Anyway, alright guys, so I'll basically grab Max, take him out the front here, and we'll put him up on the jack, and I'll show you what I do to clean it and lube it. It's not overly dirty because I haven't done it that long ago. But I'm going to show you what I normally do, just to clean it, lube it, and then that's it. And then I'll show you what I would do to do a full clean on it, and that's removing this, removing that, and really giving it a good go. Alright, see you out there. Alright guys, so we've got the bike out here, I've got it up on the stand. So the things that I'm going to use is basically the Maxima chain cleaner, Maxima MPPL, and the Maxima chain wax. And yes, it's Maxima because I love Maxima. And then just to clean, I normally use something like that. I went and purchased one of these here a couple of weeks ago. I've used that a bit, little toothbrushy thing. But I had to go down to Elliott Brothers and buy some bloody stuff, and I thought, I'll grab one of these. So it's a purpose chain cleaner, and it's actually DRC. So I thought I'll grab a DRC, they're all good to me. And that's it. That's all it is. Oh, and the garden hose. Alright, we'll get down there and get into it. Okay, so the first thing I've got to do is start the bike, put it into first gear, so that's the chain's just wrapping around by itself. Don't have to be pushing or anything like that. And I'll give it a squirt with the hose just to get the bulky stuff off. Beautiful, so that does that. The bike shouldn't have conked out. So the next thing now is I'll spray this stuff on there. Now what I do is spray that on, and they say wait about 5 minutes just for it to work in, and then you just hose it off and that's it. So that's it for spraying that stuff on. Just went down to Elliott Brothers to buy another one of these. This is actually, says clean up, degreaser, air filter, chain and sprockets. I think this is an older, must be old stock, because the newer ones are just clean up chain cleaner. And I've got a dodgy bloody cap, bugger it. Shit everywhere. So yeah, we just basically let that sit for 5 minutes. You can already see it's already bloody taking stuff off. Alright, so that's been, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes, but that'll do it. Start it back up. Okay, so that's all I would normally do. I wouldn't even use a brush or anything on it, just to do a quick lube job on it, which is what I normally bloody do, unless it's really, really grotty. But I haven't done a proper clean on this since we did, even since before we did the Simpson Desert ride. I haven't since then. So it'd be interesting what comes out of there. But as you can see, yeah, just cleans it right up. Obviously with a brush you'll get even better on that, which we'll do now. Alright, so we just take the chain guard off. So we can just give that a proper clean underneath it. And yeah, I mean that's not too bad. But yeah, we'll just give that a nice clean up. Then we're going to take this front sprocket cover off. And I'll see that now that I've got this on there, it's just a little bit overlapped there. It'll be interesting if this comes straight out. So, and that tells you, yeah, since I put that on, I haven't taken this off. Oh, come on, Mark, get it right. What are you doing? So, I mean, doing all this stuff, this is all really easy stuff. Anybody can do this. Ah, good. So that didn't get in the way. And look at that. I mean, that's not very dirty. If you see in there, I mean, that's all still really, there's nothing really gunky in there, but we'll give that a bit of a clean up anyway. So now I'll also I'll spray the rest of the chain, and then I'll work it with a brush. Ow. Always on about eye protection. What do? I flick chain up, fucking shit in me eye. Bloody hell. Alright, back to it. Oh. Well, there you go, guys. That's pretty much it. That's all I do for cleaning it up. So it's basically just spraying that clean up stuff on it. I actually run out of it because of that dodgy thing. It was just pouring out all over the place. Normally I wouldn't use that much. But yeah, just spray it on there. Give it a bit of a bloody tickle with the brush, and that's pretty much it. And it comes up pretty good. You know, it's not perfect, but you know, you can get in there with a toothbrush and, you know, get really fanatical on it, but I don't worry that much. So there you go. All right, now for the lubing. Oh, I bloody forgot. I still got to clean that and that, but I'm not going to bore you with that part. All right. Okay, guys. So I cleaned this. Actually, run out of that chain stuff, so I used a bit of degreaser to clean the stuff out of that one, and also out of the front sprocket cover. So they're all clean, put back on. So I've got a nice clean chain. All I've got to do is now put some MPPL on it. I don't know whether this is a necessary one to put on before putting on the chain wax, but it's just the way. I've watched a lot of the motocross guys and the bloody race teams, and they seem to do the same thing. They do the clean up of the chain, then they'll put this stuff on there, and then they'll put their lubricant on. So I figure if that's what they're doing, it's got to be pretty tried and true, and the best that you can do for your chain. So I'm just going to start it up and run this stuff on it. The other thing is a bit of a debate, is that you should maybe run the bike around the corner and just warm up the chain, which is what I've said previously actually, but my understanding now is that these new chains are O-ring chains, which I already knew that, but the way that they work as opposed to the old chains were just linkages, and you had to get the grease and the oil was to soak in and get right in behind everything. Well, with an O-ring one, they have an O-ring and a bush type thing, and in that, sealed in there, is grease. So it's not so much having to get the lubricant to soak into it, it's just more so to cover it for the touching between the sprockets and the chain, because actually where these O-rings all in between here don't actually touch each other because of that little O-ring and the bush that holds it all apart, and it's already got the grease in it for the life of the chain. All right. There is just so much shit out there, so many different ways to do things and different views and whatever, but you just work out what works best for yourself and run with it. Anyway, we'll start this up and get it going. So normally what I would do is just let that run for a bit, let that stuff get around, because the MPPL is also dispersing the water out of the chain as well. Alright, that's pretty good. Now we'll just whack on the chain wax and we're all set to go. Oh, jeez, that scared the shit out of me. Alrighty, that's it. That chain wax, that'll just set as it'll start to dry, and then it becomes real, or it becomes waxy, which is really good because it doesn't attract the dust or bloody sand or anything like that. So anyway, there you go. Alright guys, keep on riding.